Hello everyone, welcome to this national online workshop on refreshing concepts of classical and statistical thermodynamics. This workshop is organized by Department of Chemistry, Ethiraj College for Women. I am Gopalakrishnan. I am a faculty in the Department of Chemistry, DG Vaishnav College. In this lecture, I am going to discuss numerical problems in statistical thermodynamics. Very specifically, I am going to discuss the previous year questions that appeared in the CSIR JRF NET examinations. Okay, let's get started. Question number 1. The molar residual entropy of a solid carbon oxysulfide would be closest to. This question is appeared in 2019 December. See, molar residual entropy, right? According to Boltzmann law, we can write entropy as Kb ln W. Okay, and what is W here? W will give you the number of microstate associated with the given substance, okay, or given molecule. So here this carbon oxysulfide exists in two different orientations, okay, in the crystalline crystal lattice, right? This is one orientation, and the other orientation is this. Okay, so it can orient in any of these two ways, right? So in crystalline state, carbon oxysulfide, right, exists in these two orientations. Therefore, W is equal to number of orientations power number of molecules in the solid. Okay, it is given molar entropy. They are asking molar entropy. Therefore, number of molecules should be Avogadro number. So this is NAV. Right, this is nothing but Avogadro number. Now we will substitute this value here. So we will get the molar entropy, right? Because we are taking Avogadro number of molecules here. So the entropy obtained is actually the molar entropy. So Kb into ln 2 power Avogadro number. Okay, and apply the power rule. Bring this Avogadro number in front. So Kb into Avogadro number into ln 2. And we know very well Avogadro number into Kb is nothing but gas constant R. Okay, then if you convert ln into log base 10, right, ln is actually, ln is nothing but exponential logarithm, right? If you want to convert log into exponential logarithm into base 10, you have to multiply by 2.303, right? 2.303 log base 10. Okay, so to convert ln into log 2, you have to multiply this by 2.303 into log base 10 of 2, right? And participant, remember this, if you multiply 8.314, that's a gas constant value. If you multiply 8.314 into 2.303, you will get 19.15. This is a very useful data, just remember, okay? Then log 2 is 0.3. So if you multiply these two, you will get roughly 5.7 something, right? So you will get roughly 5.7. So the answer closest to this is 5.8. So the correct option is C, right? Yeah. So this is the formula we use to calculate residual entropy, right? In this, you must know how to calculate W. That is the that actually depends upon how the molecule is orient in the in crystalline form, right? Then question number 2. Consider a two-level system in which the excited state separated from the ground state by an energy E is doubly degenerate. Okay, so what is given here is, see, we have an excited state, right? Yeah, we have an excited state which is separated from the ground state by an energy E. So this is ground state and this is the excited state which is separated by an energy E, and that excited state is a doubly degenerate state, so it is doubly degenerate. And the question is the fraction of molecules in the excited state as temperature approaches infinity is. Okay, so they are asking number of, so let us take this as level 1, okay, this is ground level 0 and the excited level 1. Okay, so now they are asking what's the fraction of molecule, right? The fraction of molecules present in the excited state. Okay, fraction means number of molecules in the excited state divided by total number of molecules. Okay, here this capital N represent total number of molecule, which is equal to, so this ratio gives you fraction of molecule in the excited state divided, this is equal to degeneracy of the excited state G1 into e power minus energy of the excited state E1 by kBT. Okay, divided by partition function Q. And I told you already in the statistical thermodynamics lecture that as temperature approaches infinity, okay, partition function becomes equal to the sum of the degeneracies of all the levels. Okay, remember this is very important, right? As temperature approaches infinity, the partition function becomes equal to sum of the degeneracies of all the levels. Okay, so in this case partition function Q is equal to, listen, we have two levels here. The first level is non-degenerate. Non-degenerate means degeneracy is 1, plus the excited level is W degenerate, so 2. Therefore, the value of Q is 3 here, right? So if I substitute these values here, what will I get? So N1 by N, therefore N1 by N equal to G1. What is the degeneracy of the excited state? 2 into, and as temperature approaches infinity, okay, if I substitute infinity here, we know very well 1 by infinity is 0. So if 1 by infinity is 0 means the entire term becomes 0. Therefore e power 0 is 1. So this is 1 divided by 3. So the correct answer is 2 by 3. So the fraction of molecules in the excited state as t approaches infinity is 2 by 3. Okay, and this problem appeared in 2019 December. Okay, yeah. Then the next problem is that rotational partition function is expected to be the smallest for the molecule among the following. Yeah, hydrogen molecule, lithium molecule, nitrogen molecule and fluorine molecule are given here, and all are homodiatomic molecules. Okay, and we know very well rotational partition function QR. Okay, I'm using the symbol Q for rotational partition function, but in some book they may use the symbol as F, and some other book you can see also the symbol Z. Okay, there's nothing wrong in it, right? You can use any symbol, but you should know that it's a partition function, right? Yeah, so QR is the rotational partition function for diatomic molecule, assuming molecule is rigid rotor. Okay, the formula is 8 pi square I kb T by sigma into H square, right? So this is the formula for diatomic rigid rotor. Diatomic rigid rotor. Okay, so for diatomic rigid rotor, rotational partition function is given by 8 pi square I kb T by sigma into H square, where sigma is symmetry number. Sigma is called symmetry number since all molecules are homodiatomic molecules. Okay, and you know very well homodiatomic molecules belong to the point group D infinity H. For D infinity H point group, symmetry number is 2. Okay, yeah, so symmetry number also same for all these molecules. Okay, 8 is constant, pi constant, kb, and assume temperature also constant, sigma H, everything is constant now. Therefore in this case rotational partition function is directly proportional to moment of inertia I, right? Then you know very well moment of inertia is directly proportional to reduced mass, right? So if you compare reduced mass of these molecules, okay, reduced mass will be least for hydrogen molecule. Therefore the moment of inertia is least, right, for hydrogen molecule. Okay, so therefore the rotational partition function is the smallest for hydrogen molecule, right? Very simple one. So because they are asking rotational partition function expected to be smallest for the molecule. So we have to see which molecule has smallest I value, least possible I value among the following, right? So among these molecules, hydrogen molecule has the least value of I. Therefore, rotational partition function corresponds to hydrogen molecule is least among these molecules, right? Therefore, the correct option is A. And this question is appeared in 2019 June. Okay, then the next question. The populations of proton spins in the highest energy level of a sample in magnetic fields of 1.5 Tesla and 7.0 Tesla are n prime and n respectively. The value of ln n prime by n is. Assume that the partition functions for both the systems can be approximated as 1. Okay, so here suppose you take some sample. Okay, some sample is taken. When you apply 1.5 Tesla magnetic field, okay, the excited state population, right, the highest energy level population, when we apply 1.5 Tesla magnetic field is n prime. For the same sample, if you apply 7.0 Tesla, okay, then the highest level population would be n. Okay, these are the things, these are the data given here. Now we need to find out what is the value of ln n prime by n. Okay, this is we need to find out. And it is given that assume the partition function for both the system can be approximated as 1. Okay, now here we can use Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics. According to Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics, the number of molecules or number of protons in the highest energy level, okay, given as n prime divided by total number of protons, right? This gives you the fraction of protons present in the highest energy level is equal to, right, degeneracy of that level, highest energy level, right, into e power minus energy of the highest energy level. Listen, energy, I'll use this symbol E prime by kBT. E prime indicates the energy of the, or the energy difference, or we can say the other way, the energy required for the spin flipping, right, when you apply 1.5 Tesla, right, that is denoted as E prime here, okay, divided by partition function Q. Similarly, so this is when we apply 1.5 Tesla magnetic field in the sample, okay. Now, if you apply 7.0 Tesla of magnetic field, then the fraction of population in the highest energy level is given as n by n total equal to degeneracy G into e power minus E by kBT, right, by Q. Okay, now see here, so this is energy when you apply 7.0 Tesla and this is energy when you apply 1.5 Tesla. Okay, now if I divide these two, we'll get n prime by n. I'll write here n prime by n is equal to degeneracies get cancelled because the sample is same sample. Therefore, degeneracy of highest level, since highest levels are also same highest level, so G values are same here. Therefore, G value cancels and the QQ also get cancelled. So this will be in the numerator and this term will be in the denominator. Okay, or if you bring this term to the numerator, we can write directly as e power, I'll take minus as common, e power minus within bracket e prime minus e, okay, I'll take kBT as common, kBT, right? This is the expression we get. Now, what is this E and E prime? E and E prime is nothing but energy required for the spin flipping, okay, which is, so E prime is equal to h nu, right? Similarly, E is also equal to h nu, right? This E prime corresponds to the magnetic field of 1.5 Tesla and E corresponds to the magnetic field of 7.0 Tesla, okay? And we know very well what is nu. Nu is equal to gamma Bz by 2 pi. Okay, where gamma is called magnetic gyric ratio or gyromagnetic ratio, and Bz is the applied magnetic field by 2 pi. Okay, and we can write h by 2 pi can be written as h cross. So h cross into gamma into Bz. Listen, okay, so here h by 2 pi is h cross, okay, into gamma into, and Bz is 1.5 Tesla, okay, and here similarly h by 2 pi is h cross into gamma, and here Bz is 7.0 Tesla. Okay, now if you substitute these energy values in the expression, so n prime by n equal to e power minus e prime minus e by kBt. This is the expression. Before going to substitute, I'll take logarithm both sides. So if you take log here, you will get ln n prime by n is equal to, and if you take log this side, this e will go out. The e will be removed. So e prime minus e by kBt. You will get the simplified form like this. Now substitute this e prime value and e value. Here you will get minus h cross gamma into 1.5. Okay, 1.5 minus h cross gamma into 7.0 over kBt. You'll get this expression. Now we'll take h cross gamma as common. So h cross gamma is equal to, here you'll get minus 1.5. This is minus 1.5. Here minus or minus become plus 7.0 by kBt. Or 7.0 minus 1.5 is 5.5. So 5.5 h cross gamma by kBt. This is the correct answer for this question. So the correct option is A. And this question is appeared in 2019 June. Okay, then the next problem. The difference between standard molar entropies of two monoatomic gases A and B, standard molar entropy of A minus standard molar entropy of B at a given temperature is, given temperature means temperature is constant. Okay, then it is also given that molar mass of A, molar mass of A is twice the molar mass of B. Okay, so molar mass of A is twice the molar mass of B, right? So apart from mass, all other terms are constant here. Okay, so the general expression for entropy is internal energy by T plus Kb ln Q. This is the general expression. Okay, and where canonical partition function Q is equal to molecular partition function Q power n by n factorial. Okay, so what is the molecular, that is total partition function here? Total molecular partition function, since it is a monatomic molecule, total partition function is equal to translational partition function into electronic. Rotational partition functions and vibrational partition functions, right, do not appear here because for rotation and vibration, the molecule should have at least one bond. Okay, for monatomic gases, it is not possible. And the electronic partition function for most of the atoms in the ground state is 1. So we can directly say that total partition function is equal to translational partition function. Okay, and what is translational partition function? What is the expression? 2 pi m kBt whole power 3 by 2 by h cube into V. This is, okay, so if I substitute this value, if I substitute this value of Q total in this place, okay, and if I substitute this value here, we will get an expression that is S is equal to, see here, except the mass, the remaining things are constant, right? Okay, therefore we can write the entire constant as I'll just include entire constants as x here. Okay, therefore the only mass term that will exist as Kb. So here we have Kb, then this power term will come there, so Kb into n into ln m power 3 by 2. Okay, except mass, all other terms become constant, and those constants are combined together and just kept it as x. Okay, this is the general expression for entropy. Now the molar entropy, standard molar entropy of gas A is given as X plus, since it is molar entropy, N should be an Avogadro number here. If N is Avogadro number into Kb will give you R, right, into ln m power 3, ma power 3 by 2. This is for gas A. Okay, or we can write this as X plus, I'll bring 3 by 2 in front, so 3 by 2 R ln ma. Similarly, for the gas B, the molar entropy of gas B can be given as the same constant X plus R ln mass of A power mass of B power 3 by 2. Bring 3 by 2 in front, so you can write this as X plus 3 by 2 R ln mass of the atom B. Okay, now we need to find the difference. So the standard molar entropy of A minus standard molar entropy of B is equal to, so if you subtract these two, x cancels and 3 by 2 R is common, right? So we can write ln ma minus ln mb. Ln ma minus ln mb can be given as ln ma by mb. Okay, and here ma is equal to 2 into mb, it is given in the problem. So if we substitute 2 mb here, mb will cancel, so we'll get 2, right? So we'll get the answer as 3 by 2 or ln 2. Okay, so this is the answer for this question. So the correct option is 3 by 2 or ln 2. Okay, and this question is appeared in 2019. The next problem is the translational partition function for argon confined to a volume of 1 liter at 300 Kelvin having thermal wavelength of 1.6 into 10 power minus 11 meter is closest to. So here they are asking a translation partition function. So what are the data given? The given data are volume of the vessel is given, that is 1 liter, and temperature is 300 Kelvin, temperature is given. Then thermal de Broglie wavelength is given, lambda is equal to 1.6 into 10 power minus 11 meters. Yeah, 1 liter equal to 1 decimeter cube, that we know, and here we convert meter into decimeter. Okay, so how to do that? 1.6 into 10 power minus 11, and we know very well 1 meter is equal to 10 decimeter. Therefore multiply this by 10, so you'll get the value in decimeter, right? So 1.6 into 10 power minus 10 meter. I'm sorry, in decimeter. Okay, now what is the formula for translational partition function? Translation partition function equal to V by lambda cube. Okay, so the value of V is 1 decimeter cube and the value of lambda is 1.6 into 10 power minus 10, okay, power 3. This is, now it is in decimeter cube, so units get cancelled. You'll get 1 by 1.6 into 1.6 into 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 30. Okay, so we have to simplify this. I'll multiply the numerator, okay, as 10 into 10 into 10, so the denominator becomes 16 into 16 into 16, 10 power minus 30. 5 2s are 10, 8 2s are 16, 5 2s are 10, 8 2s are 16, 5 2s are 10, 8 2s are 16. So numerator is 125, denominator is 8 into 8 into 8. Okay, 10 power minus 30, when it goes to the numerator, it becomes 10 power plus 30. Yeah, this we have to simplify. 1 8s are 8, 1 4 45, 15.6, then second 8, 1 2s are 1 8s are 8, 7 76, 1.9 something. So if we divide this by 8, we'll get 0.28 are 16. So you'll get 0.2 into 10 to the power 30. Okay, or we can write this as 2 into 10 power 10 power 29. Okay, 10 power 29. So the answer is supposed to be 2 into 10 power 29 or 2 point something into 10 power 29. Okay, so the correct option is option B, 2.44 into 10 power 29. Okay, yeah. So this question is appeared in 2018 December, right? Then the free energy A minus A naught of a system with 10 non-interacting spins S is equal to 1 is, okay. They are asking the difference in Helmholtz free energy at some temperature T minus at temperature 0 Kelvin. Okay, they are asking A minus A naught. What is meant by this? A is Helmholtz free energy at some temperature T. This is Helmholtz free energy at temperature 0 Kelvin. Okay, right. Now how to do this? How to do this problem? Yeah, listen. See, we know very well A is equal to U minus Ts, right? So A at 0 Kelvin, A at 0 Kelvin is when temperature is 0, so this part becomes 0, so you'll get U, right? At some other temperature T, you'll get A is equal to U minus T into S, right? So what is the difference? The difference is, right, that is Helmholtz free energy at some temperature is U minus Ts minus Helmholtz free energy at 0 Kelvin is U. So plus U minus U get cancelled, you get minus T into S, and we know very well what is S. S is nothing but Kb ln W. Kb ln W. Now what is W here? See, here spin is equal to 1, right? It's an integer value, so it represents it is a boson, and for S is equal to 1, what is the multiplicity? 2S plus 1 equal to, so if S is 1, this 3. So that means there are 3 states available, and we have 10 particles, right? 3 states and 10 particles. Therefore, so we have 3 cells, we can say in the other way, 3 cells and 10 particles. So W should be 3 power 10. Okay, substitute this value here. So A minus A naught can be given as minus T into Kb into ln 3 power 10. Okay, or we can write this as minus 10 into T into Kb or Kb into T, whatever it is, ln 3. This is supposed to be the answer. So the correct option is minus 10 kBt ln 3. So the correct option is option B. Okay, yeah. This question is appeared in 2018 December. Then the next question is the first excited state doublet P1/2 of fluorine lies at an energy of 400 centimeter inverse above the ground state of doublet P3/2. The fraction of fluorine atoms in the first excited state at kBt equal to 420 centimeter inverse is close to. Okay, so it is given that, okay, we have the first excited state, which is a doublet P1/2, and the ground state is doublet P3/2. Okay, yeah, I'll write this in a proper manner. Listen, doublet P3/2 means J value is 3/2, so 2J plus 1 is the degeneracy, right? So if I put 3/2 here, you'll get 4. So the ground state is, the degeneracy of the ground state is 4. Okay, degeneracy of the ground state is 4. Similarly here, J value is 1/2. So if you substitute 1/2 in the place of J, you'll get 1/2. So 2 get cancelled, get 2, right? So the ground state is having degeneracy 4, and the excited state having degeneracy 2. Okay, and what is the energy gap? Energy gap is given. The first excited state lies at an energy 400 centimeter inverse above the ground state. So it is 400 centimeter inverse. This is the gap, right? And the question is fraction of fluorine atom in the first excited state. So let this be the ground state. Okay, I'll take this as 0, and this is the first excited state, let it be 1. So fraction of molecules or fraction of fluorine atom in the first excited state is given as N1 by total number of fluorine atoms. So this gives you the fraction of fluorine atom in the first excited state, which is equal to, okay, degeneracy of the first excited state into e power minus E by energy of the first excited energy by kBt. Energy of the first excited state by kBt. Okay. Then in the denominator, we should put the partition function, or the degeneracy of the ground state is 4, right? Degeneracy of the ground state is 4 into e power, and the energy of the ground state, right, is assumed to be 0, so that the excited state is having 400 centimeter inverse energy greater than the ground state. Okay, so the energy of the ground state is 0 by kBt, right, plus the excited state degeneracy 2 into e power minus E1 by kBt, E1 by kB into T. Okay, the degeneracy of the excited state is 2, so 2 into e power minus E1 by kBt, okay, divided by, this is 4 plus 2 into e power minus E1 by kBt. Okay, so you take 2 as common here, and 2 get cancelled, so we can write this as e power minus E1 by kBt by 2 plus e power minus E1 by kBt. Okay, bring this e power minus k1t to the denominator and multiply with these two, so we will get 1 by 2 into e power minus E1 by kBt, right, plus, and if you multiply here, see, if you bring this term to the denominator, it will become positive, right, e power plus E1 by kBt, and if you multiply with this term, okay, so power and adding powers become 0, so you will get e power 0, so you will get the answer as 1. Okay, okay, so what we get here, see, what is E1? E1 energy is 400 centimeter inverse, so 1 by 2, right, into e power 400 divided by, the value of kBt is given 420 plus 1. Okay, I'll do it here. We don't have space there, so I'll do it here. So 1 by 2 into e power 400 by 420 is roughly 0.9 something. Okay, I'll assume the value is 1. Okay, let us assume the 400 by 420. I am assuming 400 by 420 is roughly equal to 1. Therefore, this become e power 1 plus 1. So the correct answer is 1 by 1 plus 2e. This is the correct answer. Okay, so the correct answer for this question is option D, 1 by 1 plus 2e. So this question is appeared in 2017 June. Okay, then the next question, see, single particle translational partition function for an ideal gas in a fixed volume V depends on the thermal de Broglie wavelength lambda, as F is proportional to lambda power n, where n is. See, I have told you about this already. So the partition function here, they have given the symbol for partition function as F. We already used the function as Q. Okay, that's a matter of symbol only, so you need not worry about that. So Q is equal to V by lambda cube, right? V by lambda cube. Here they have given lambda as small lambda. Okay, nothing wrong in it. Okay, so V by lambda cube, or we can say F is inversely proportional to lambda cube, or F is proportional to lambda power minus 3. So the value of n is minus 3 in this case. Are you able to understand? See, F is proportional to lambda power something. What is that n? N is equal to minus 3. Right? Yeah. So this question is appeared in 2016 June. It's a very simple question, and see here they have allotted 4 marks for this question. Okay. Yeah. Then see question number 10. The weight of the configuration with the 2 up and 3 down spins in a system with the 5 spin half particles. Okay, what are spin half particles? Spin half, okay, if spin value is half, we call those particles as fermions. So the particles are fermions here, right? and it is given that 2, and you know very well, each fermions will occupy, that is each fermion will occupy one state. Okay, so here 2 spins are up spin and the 3 spins are down spin. It is given like that. Right, now the question is, what is the weight of the configuration? Right, weight means in how many ways you can arrange these. Right, it is very simple. Listen, what you have to do, listen, you consider only the up spin. Right, we have 2 up spins here, and how many states are available totally? 5. So number of states equal to 5, and number of up spins is 2. Okay, and now what is the formula for fermions? W is equal to G factorial by Ni factorial into Gi minus Ni factorial. This is the, okay, this is the formula we use to calculate the weight of the configuration, right? And what is G here? G value is 5. So 5 factorial divided by, what is N? N is 2 factorial. 5 minus 2 is 3 factorial. We can write 5 factorial as 5 into 4 into 3 factorial divided by, keep as the 2 factorial can be written as 2 into 1 into 3 factorial, you keep it as such. 3 factorial cancels each other, and here 2 2's are 4, so 5 into 2 is 10. Okay, so the weight of this configuration is 10, so the correct option here is D, and this question is appeared in 2016 December. Okay, then see question number 11. Partition function of a one-dimensional oscillator having equispaced energy levels with energy spacing equal to kBt. Energy spacing is given, and 0 ground state energy is. They are asking partition function. Okay, so partition function Q is equal to oscillator, so vibrational partition function, right? And the zero ground state energy is given. That means 0 point energy is not taken. Okay, without 0 point energy, vibrational partition function can be given as 1 by 1 minus e power minus h nu by, this is nu frequency, h nu by kb into t. This is the formula, right? And it is given that the energies are having equispaced energy levels with the energy spacing equal to kBt, right? Energy spacing is kBt, see 1 minus e power minus, listen, what is h nu? H nu gives you the energy spacing, you know very well, in one-dimensional harmonic oscillator, right? This is the ground vibration level, V equal to 0, V equal to 1, V equal to 2, etc., etc. Right? In one-dimensional harmonic oscillator, the energy levels are equally spaced, and the energy level, the energy gap is given as kBt. Energy gap is given as kBt. So in the place of h nu, what is h nu? H nu is nothing but the energy required for the transition, or we can say the energy gap. Okay, so in the place of h nu, I'll put kBt divided by kBt. So kBt cancel and you'll get 1. So 1 by 1 minus e power minus 1. This option is not there. Okay, this option is not given anywhere, but you have to rearrange this. How? 1 minus e power minus 1 can be written as 1 by e. Right, now take LCM. So 1 by e minus 1 by e, correct? E minus 1 by e, and bring this e to the numerator. So e by e minus 1. This is the answer for this question. Yes, this option is available. Okay, this is option number C, right? And this question is appeared in 2016 December. Are you able to follow? Very simple, right? Next question number 12. The single particle partition function for a certain system has the form, right? Some formula is given. F is equal to A into V into e power bt. Okay, the average energy per particle will then be, right? They are asking average energy. Okay, the formula for average energy per particle is kb t square into d ln molecular partition function q by dt at constant volume. Okay, this is the formula we use to calculate the average kinetic energy per particle, right? Now keep this kb as such, t square as such. Okay, d it is it's given single particle partition function, right? So in the place of q I'll put f, because in the given problem, the symbol is given as f. So first I'll take logarithm. So ln f equal to, okay, I'll take logarithm. Ln f equal to ln a plus ln v plus, if you take ln here, ln of e power bt is bt. Okay, this is ln f. Now we have to differentiate ln f with respect to t. So d ln f by dt at constant volume is, so if you differentiate with respect to t, right, what will happen? See, here a becomes 0, v becomes 0 because these terms does not contain t. So these two will cancel. So here if you differentiate with respect to here, you will get b. Why I cancel this? Because volume is kept constant in this case. Correct. So at constant volume, if you differentiate this, this becomes 0, this also becomes 0. So the dou ln f by dou t at constant volume is equal to b. Substitute this value here. That's all. So kbt square into b. So the answer is b into kb into t square. Right. So the correct option is option B. See, the questions are very, very simple. Right. But by negligence, people are not involving in doing problems with the physical chemistry. Actually, physical chemistry problems are so easy. Okay, yeah. Now, the next question is see question number 13. The indistinguishability correction in the Boltzmann formulation is incorporated in the following way. N is the total number of particles, F is single particle partition function. Yeah, see, I have told you, right, in the single particle partition function, F is equal to, right, F is equal to F power N in the case of distinguishable particles. This formula is given by Boltzmann. Okay, but in the case of indistinguishable particle, okay, if some correction is required, the corrected form is, okay, the corrected form is F power N by N factorial. This formula I gave already, right? This is applicable for indistinguishable particles. Indistinguishable, GUISHABL, indistinguishable particle. So the indistinguishability correction is given in this manner. Okay, so F power N by N factorial, option B. So this is the correct answer. And see, for this question they have given 4 marks, right? Really the children are lucky. Okay, in 2015 December, those who attended in this year. Okay, next. Question number 14. According to transition state theory, one of the vibrations in the activated complex is a loose vibration. The partition function for this loose vibration is equal to, okay, the vibrational partition function is given as 1 by 1 minus e power minus h nu by kbt. This is the general formula. Okay, and this frequency is the frequency of that loose vibration. Okay, yeah, you know very well, for loose vibration the frequency value is very, very small. It's very small, right? In the activate, according to transition state theory, right, the loose vibration, the frequency of the loose vibration is very, very, very small. Okay, now listen, if nu is small, the entire term becomes small. Correct? So e power, let us assume this value is x. Okay, now if x is small, right, then what is the expansion for e power minus x? 1 minus x plus x square by 2 factorial minus x cube by 3 factorial, like that it goes, right? If x is small, very small, okay, then higher power terms, right, square term, cube term, these are all become negligible. So these terms become negligible. So this is approximately equal to 1 minus x. Are you able to follow? So what we can do here is 1 by 1 minus. Now I will apply the formula here. So 1 minus. So this is the power, right? So which can be written as h nu by kbt. Okay. So 1 by 1 minus. This become minus 1 and this become plus h nu by kbt. Plus 1 minus 1 cancel. You'll get h nu by kbt, or we can write it as kbt by h nu. Right? This is the vibrational partition function for the loose vibration, right? So the correct option is kBT by h nu is option D. Option D. And this question appeared in 2015 December. Yeah. The next problem is the vibrational frequency of a homonuclear diatomic molecule is nu. The temperature at which the population of the first excited state, will be half that of the ground state is. So at what temperature, right, the population of the first excited state will be half that of the ground state. Okay, so what to do? Listen, so this formula we know, I have given already, right? The population in the first excited state divided by population in the ground state is equal to, assuming degeneracy is 1, is equal to e power minus energy of the first excited state minus energy of the ground state by kBT. Okay. Now, it is given that at what temperature population of the first excited state will be half that of the ground state. Okay, that is when N1 is half that of the ground state population. Okay, at what temperature this will exist? Equal to e power minus, isn't the difference between ground state energy and the first excited state energy in the case of homonuclear diatomic molecule is h nu. So h nu by kBT. Okay, N0 cancels, we'll get 1 by 2 equal to e power minus h nu by kBT. Okay, or if you take reciprocal, you will get 2 is equal to e power plus h nu by kBT. Okay, after taking reciprocal, you just bring this e power term to the numerator, you'll get this. Okay, then take logarithm, so ln 2 equal to h nu by kb into T, right? We want T, temperature, so T is equal to h nu by kb into ln 2, right? So this is the temperature at which the population of the first excited state will be half that of the ground state, right? So the correct option is h nu by kb into ln 2, h nu, yeah, so here h nu by kb into ln 2. Are you able to understand? This question appeared in 2015 December, 4-mark question. Very simple, but you should know these simple formulas. Okay, yeah. Then so here I have discussed 15 problems, right? And these questions were appeared in the previous year CSIR JRF examination. It is not only useful for CSIR JRF examination, it is also, these problems are very useful for GATE, right, as well as for other entrance examinations. Okay, so please go through all these problems once again. Okay, and if you have any doubt, right, you just mail me. This is my mail ID, agopal.dgvc@gmail.com, right? This is my mail ID. So you can, if you have any doubt, right, you can send your doubts, okay, to this mail ID. Okay, yeah. I stop here. Thank you.